Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura and I'm the Boreal educator here at the Boreal Centre for Bird Conservation in Slave Lake, Alberta. So today we're going to be talking all about owls. So we'll talk a little bit about the different body parts of an owl, what makes them the same or different from our bodies. We'll talk about what an owl eats, where they live, and some different kinds of owls that we can find in our province. So what exactly makes an owl an owl? Owls are a kind of bird, which means they have body parts like feathers, wings, and beaks. Owls are also a nocturnal animal, which means that they are active during the night and they sleep all day, which is the opposite of what we do. So owls have to have really special body parts that help them find their way and hunt at night. All right, so the first thing I'd like to show you is this mount of a great horned owl. Isn't he cool? So owls are nocturnal, which means that they sleep all day and they're active at night instead while we're sleeping. So that's pretty cool. So when we look at this owl, what are two things that really jump out at you when you're looking at its face? For me, it's the two big yellow eyes. So owls have two eyes, just like us, which they use to see, but owl eyes can actually see a lot better in the dark than we can. This is the skull from an owl. Can you see where the big eyes would go? Owl eyes are actually shaped like tubes and they're stuck in place, which means they can't move their eyes from side to side like we can. So how does an owl see around them if they can't move their eyes? Instead of moving their eyes, owls can turn their whole head around so they can see. They have special bones in their neck that make them turn their heads almost all the way around. There's something else that's really cool about this owl skull, and that's this great big sharp beak. So owls don't have teeth like we do. They use their beaks instead to rip apart their meals into big chunks that they then swallow whole. So what kind of things do you think an owl eats? So owls are called birds of prey, which means they eat other animals like mice, voles, weasels, rabbits, and other smaller birds. Owls have to have very good hearing and eyesight in order to find their supper in the dark. Since owls swallow their meals whole, their stomachs can't digest the fur, bones, and feathers in their food. Instead, these extra bits are formed into a tight ball like this one inside the owl's throat, which is called a pellet. They then spit up the pellet, which we can find in the forest. It may sound gross, but scientists that study owls can learn a lot about what an owl ate by taking apart an owl pellet like this one. Can you see some of the hair and bones inside? Next, we'll talk about something that all birds have, which are wings. So, all owls, including this northern hawk owl, have two wings that they use to fly. And those wings are covered with soft feathers like this one here. So the feathers help keep the owl warm, and owl feathers are very special because they actually make the owl fly with no sound. So if an owl was flying close to you, you would never be able to hear it because they are so quiet when they fly. So I have a snowy owl wing here with me that I'm going to flap really quietly. I want you to see if you can flap your wings really quietly, just like a snowy owl. Are you ready? Do you hear anything? I can't hear a sound. They are so quiet when they fly. That helps them sneak up on their supper. There's one more body part that an owl has that I really wanted to talk about today. Owls have special feet called talons that are very sharp. The owl uses its talons to swoop down and grab their prey. So now that we know what makes owls special, I want to show you some of the different owls that we can find here in the boreal forest. Most of the owls that live in our province like to live in the forest. They build their nests in the holes of trees. Owls can be really big birds or they can be really small. This tiny northern saw-whet owl is only about the size of a can of pop. Here at the Boreal Centre, our scientists study owls by catching them at night, taking a look at them and then letting them go. So the last thing I'd like to do for you today is to show you some video of our scientists studying those tiny little saw-whet owls. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and we hope to see you at the Boreal Centre very soon. Thank you. Take care.
So, here's a little saw-whet.
Not a puppy.
He's trying to claw you.
Trying to. These guys, not.
Sorry, I'm just sneaking.
They are adorable.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, when it comes to cute, these owls take the cake. Very awesome little owls. They love their head scratch. So.
Does it really?
Oh, look at it. It's just loving it. So.
I just can't believe it.
So a little saw-whet owl. This is the second smallest owl in Alberta. The smaller one, do you remember what it's called? The pygmy owl. Yeah, and it's probably about that big compared to a saw-whet. So, and barred owls actually eat saw-whets for lunch. So.
What do saw-whets eat?
They mostly eat smaller rodents, mice, voles. They also go after songbirds as well, like little chickadees and whatnot. Oh wait, so I'll put them. Oh, you want to see an owl's ear?
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready? Right there.
Oh.
So it's a slit on the side of the head. Remember I said one is higher on the head than the other.
I got more of John's.